Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a step-by-step tutorial on how to use Lightroom mobile. So we're going to hop into today's video. So the first thing that I typically do when I have one of my photos that I'm editing in Lightroom mobile is I'm going to go straight into skin retouching. So that's what I clicked at the bottom in regards to. There's three buttons there. There's remove, there's heal, and there's clone. So for this step, I usually like to do the remove. It's kind of like an eraser. And just getting rid of like any like marks or any like little blemishes that I'm like noticing that's like on my client's like skin, and specifically like their face, just so that way we can get more of a smoother finish. So that's kind of just what I'm doing here, kind of doing a little bit of retouching on the face, and then I'm gonna move on and show you guys how I mask my subject versus my background. So masking is when you are, instead of editing the entire photo, you are selecting either the background to edit or you're selecting the subject to edit. So in about a minute here, I'm going to show you guys like how I do both. And now once you're done with the skin retouching, what you're going to do is click on the button to the left of the eraser, and that's the masking. And here they show you different options of like what you want to select, whether it be the subject, the background, or they also give you a brush where you can brush on any area that you want to edit. So here, as we wait for this to load, I'm going to select the subject. So once you select the subject, it's going to highlight the area that you selected. And now you get to play around with the lighting. And here I'm just showing you guys what it would look like if I increased or decreased the exposure. But here I felt like the subject itself was a bit too exposed, so I kind of put that down. I'm also going to increase the contrast, but again, I'm showing you guys like what that difference looks like. Obviously with less contrast, it kind of takes away like the life from her face. So I'm going to add a little bit more to it. Play around with the shadows. I'm going to decrease the shadows a little bit, bring up the highlight and the whites just a little bit. And then with the blacks, I'm going to take away a little bit just to have the blacks kind of like stand out, since her hair obviously is black. And then again, going back in that exposure, kind of bumped it up just a tad. And now I'm kind of satisfied with what the lighting looks like, right? And then I'm showing you guys the different steps in this, or different buttons that they have in masking. So again, like adjusting the color a little bit. Same thing with the effects, where I'm just going to decrease the texture a little bit. And then I'm going to go into more details, and I'm going to increase the noise and the sharpness, just to make her be a little bit more in focus. And I'm showing you guys the before and after so far. So this is what she looks like after. I did those like minor adjustments. And then I'm going to show you guys what she looks like once I transfer this photo into Photoshop. But once you're satisfied with the photo, you're going to click on the above arrow to make sure you save the photo to your account. And then now we're going to transfer everything over to Photoshop. So you're going to click on photo editor, and then you're going to select the photo that you want to start editing. So first thing that I'm going to go through in regards to like this picture, usually when I transfer photos from Lightroom to Photoshop is kind of where I do a bit of like hair retouching, or if there's something that's like out of place, then I'll kind of go and remove it. So here I'm showing you guys how I kind of like get rid of flyaways. There's probably a better way to like do this, but again, this is like what I've like just discovered and kind of just been doing this. So I'll go into the heal in Photoshop, and then I'll go into remove objects, enlarge the brush, and kind of shade the area that I want removed. And it gives you a couple of options, and I'm going to go through all three options, but it gives you options of which one that you would rather do, or which one that you would rather have, right? So let's say by chance that you click on one of them, but it's like, this still isn't like what I like wanted, or this isn't the clean look that I'm looking for. You can select on the one that is almost similar to what you're going for, and then re-go back in with like the same thing of, okay, like how do I like just fix what I need to fix. So I kind of did that for both times. And then I didn't like the options that they gave me for the third time, which again, usually I'm able to like get this on one shot, but again, I didn't go back to just like rebrush that I did the third time. But obviously, like the third time that they gave me one, I was a lot more satisfied with the options, and I think I ended up going with the second one, because I just felt like it just like made more sense. And then I just like zoom in to just make sure that everything is okay. The top part of her hair, obviously like not too many like flyaways or anything, but again, like it was bothering me. So I wanted to make sure that I also got rid of that as well. And again, making sure that whichever option that you pick just makes sense for the photo, or how you feel like makes sense for the picture. So again, I zoomed out, kind of examining everything, making sure that I liked it, and then I kind of went back in with like a smart brush to like get rid of like certain things that again like just were like anything that I felt was like a little bit out of place, or like I felt like was bothering me. And then of course, if you make like a mistake or you brush over something by accident, there's that arrow button. It's like an undo button, to avoid like having that be like a permanent mistake. So now next thing I do in Photoshop is I go to makeup, which she already has makeup on, and she wanted her look to be, you know, simple, a little bit subtle, but I felt like a bit of her like lip gloss was like fading a little bit, so I like went back in with like a neutral shade that was like similar to the shade that she already had, put a little bit of lip gloss on, and then same thing with the blush, nothing too crazy. I just wanted, you know, like the top part of her cheek to have like just a slightly bit of color. I didn't want to overdo it because again, blush overdone is a lot. And then I'll go over to smooth, and then I'll smooth her face. So here I'm like zooming in to show you guys like what her face looks like now that I've like smoothed it. And then I'll do the same thing manually with like any other part of the skin. So like let's say her hands were also showing, I would have also went in manually to smooth out like her hands. But since it's only like her face and her neck, those are the two things that I decided to focus on. And then I went back into like the adjustments, just to make sure if there's anything that I wanted to change. And usually it's the eyebrows, and I kind of wanted to decrease the exposure a little bit because I felt like the eyebrows were like just too bright. So I put a little bit of the exposure and like a little bit of black, but not too much. And again, just kind of like going as I see fit in regards to the photos. Same thing with the like white eyes things. I just wanted to make sure that the white within her eyes were just like standing out a little bit. But yeah, this is typically what I do for Photoshop. And then the background, because I wasn't really feeling the color backdrop that we had, I decided to change it, and I used AI with it. So all you have to do is type in something that is just very simple, just making sure that whatever you want in the back, that the AI is gonna know what you actually want, and they're gonna actually do it. So I wanted a light gray background, and that's what they gave me. Again, back with the 3 options that they gave me. Again, if you feel like the options that they give you that you don't like, you can always click the refresh button, and they'll give you like 3 fresh options, which is what I ended up doing because I didn't really like the 3 options that they gave me. So I had them refresh it, and then with the ones that they gave me here, I ended up choosing one of the 3 because I was again like satisfied with the options that they gave me. So yeah, usually I do like another like run through just to make sure that I'm satisfied with everything. But here's the original that I started with in Photoshop, not Lightroom, but in Photoshop. And then this is the after. And then towards the end of the video, so again, here's what the original looks like, and then here's the after. So yeah, so that's pretty much it when it comes to editing photos. It doesn't really take much depending on how like your photos come out. And then again, what you're gonna do is save it to your phone, so that way it naturally saves. But again, this is what the final photo is looking like. And again, we did headshots, so this is going to be part of probably like her LinkedIn or something like that. But yeah, this is the before picture, and then this is the after. And then again, I'm going to show you guys what the original photo looks like before we even started in Lightroom. So the original picture, and then here is the final photo of after going through Lightroom mobile and Photoshop mobile. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.